Yeah, so at the very start of the stream, just as I was coming on, Connor sent me a post that said, Liverpool have offered Trent Alexander-Arnold a huge £78 million 5-year contract to try keep him out of the clutches of Real Madrid. Do you know what? I was looking at Real Madrid last night and the game against Valencia, and everything about that club is, what's the word I'm looking for here? Entitled. The bullshit from Vinicius Jr., who has the cheek to try attack a referee because he got sent off for putting his hands to the face of an opponent. Bellingham emptying out water bottles, missing penalties and being a salty little twat. They are a classless club. And if Trent wants to go there, I give up, because nothing about them is likeable. They are just an entitled group of arseholes. Yeah, 300 G's a week, exactly, my man. It's 300 grand. Exactly 300 grand. If he doesn't take that offer, we know that he was never serious about staying. Let me put that out there, up front and on open. I think that's too much money. I'd rather he got it than didn't get it if he stays. You know, I'm not going to say that. I want Trent to stay, like I've always said. I think 300 is too much personally, but if he doesn't accept 300, we all know that he never had any intention of staying. Would we agree with that, by the way? If he turns down 300 grand a week in a 5-year deal, he never wanted to stay. We've got to be fair about this. That if that offer is true, it's a very, very fair, generous offer from the club. Keane Sheridan, how are you, my man? Said, Craig, does it worry you that if we do win the league, Mo and VVD will see it as a perfect send-off and can leave on freeze? No, it doesn't worry me, Keane, because there's no way we let it get to that point without knowing the answer. You know what I mean, mate? So if we're talking about us winning the league, the likelihood is if we win the league, you're winning it late April, May. So, no. There's no way this situation goes that long. And look, if it does, mate, I don't even want to think about how angry I'm going to be at that point at the club, but I doubt it. But look, with the way we deal with money, mate, and the way that our owners are, I mean, I can understand your concern, Keane. Let me put it that way, mate. But I wouldn't share the pessimism on that front. Lizzie, or OG Lizzie, excuse me, said, Evening, Craig. I know it's late, but wishing you and your family the best in 2025. Do you think there's a chance FSG promote internally if all three go? Personally, I think they could really be... I don't think they could really be that cheap. I don't think there is any promoting internally, to be honest with you. So, like, let's say Salah went. The promote internally option would be Ben Doak, and we know that there's a number they're willing to sell Ben Doak for in this window. So, I don't think they could do that. Looking through the academy, Trent, you could make an argument for Bradley, fair enough. But centre-back wise, no. There's nobody ready to go for the here and now either there. So, and thank you, by the way, Lizzie. I really appreciate you wishing my family a good 2025. That, you know, personality or that personal touch means a lot to me. Thank you. The Mirror have just reported that Liverpool have offered Trent a 5-year deal worth 78 million or 300k a week. It's on Trent, can't blame FSG. Mate, I've just said it, you know. So, as I've said, that, and I've said this from right at the start of the stream, that, if true, which I probably is a very fair and very good offer, and one that, as a fan, I will have no anger back towards the club if he rejects it. None. If that offer is legit and he turns it down, it's on him, not the club. I agree with you, mate. It's 100% on him if he turns that down. So, you've got my word on that. If he turns this down, you're not going to hear me moaning at the club about it, because I think that is a more than fair offer. I think it's a generous offer, actually. Is the Mirror a trusted source? Well, it's like any other journalist, you know. It's very easy, though, to rubbish these things if it's not true. So, let's wait and see if we get more stuff from it. Let's wait and see if more people start to come out with it, because I think we can all look at it and think, it has every possibility to be real, right? I think it's a believable bit of information. The numbers add up with regards to what you're thinking is the upper end of where Liverpool would go to. So, I mean, here's some more information on it. So, the Mirror have also said there's a similar £300,000 a week deal on the table from Real Madrid. But in addition, he could expect a huge signing on fee from the Spanish Giants if he joins in the summer as a free agent. Liverpool feel they can't do any more to try and entice Trent to remain at Anfield for the prime years of an already sparkling career on Merseyside. There have been no demands from Trent to be handed the captaincy. He knows he's the natural successor to Virgil van Dijk when the Dutchman's time as a regular first teamer comes to an end. So I think that's where we're at. If he turns down 300 grand a week from Liverpool, I feel comfortable in saying I don't think he ever wanted to really stay. I'm behind this offer for the club. I am. If that's the real offer, no moaning for me if he turns it down. You know, I'm still annoyed we got to this point, but fuck me, you cannot turn that down. If you turn that down, you don't want to be here. I'm sorry. Slot needs to pull the statue speech, said Logan Toon. I don't think the club needs to do anything at this point, because 300 grand a week speaks volumes. I think look, I find myself defending the club here, and you know I usually call out owners and cheapness, but there's no cheapness about that offer. That is a top-notch offer. If I'm Trent's agent, I'm saying bite their hand off. Or, as I've said, I don't think he wants to stay. If he turns it down, I think it gives us... If this is Liverpool's way of trying to shift the narrative, I think it's well played, Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, because that's an offer that is very telling if you turn it down. I can see how a player gets 300 a week, but nobody should get a wage like that in this unfair world. Look, of course. Of course, like... I feel really guilty making 50 grand a week on here. Like, really guilty. So I get it. Trent's making 300 grand a week. I can understand how that guilt comes in as well. You know? It is mad. You're right. Like, entertainer money and footballer money, and it's crazy. Formula 1 money. It's all mad. I get it. But I guess... You put bums in seats, you make other people money, you're going to get very well compensated. Yeah, I might ask for a pay rise, actually. I might tell Conor I want 60 grand a week now. Mahmood said, how will Virgil feel about it if reports are true? Because I wouldn't accept both the big names get higher than me when I'm the club captain. It's a difficult one to answer, bro, because we don't know what the offer in front of Virgil is. I would imagine... Virgil would be well within his rights to be wanting more than he has now, or in and around 250, 270. I don't think automatically being the club captain should mean you're the highest paid player, because there's no world in which I would have imagined Jordan Henderson deserved to be the highest paid player. An important player when he was captain, but not the highest paid. And I think Virgil would also understand that some of the money behind that Trent offer is because of him being born and bred Scouser and coming up through the club's academy, and it's a repayment for loyalty, if you get me. So I think Virgil would be understanding enough about it, but it's difficult for us to discuss it when we don't know what offer he has in front of him, or what numbers maybe the club have been thrown at and towards Virgil. Look, we're going to end this other poll because it's a landslide. Would you agree that if Trent rejects the £300,000 per week offer, that he never intended to stay? 91% of people said yes, they would agree with that statement. I mean, it's hard to argue against it, in all honesty. It's a very fair offer at a time when we're top of the league, very likely to go and win the league, and we're doing really well in the Champions League, and we're in the semi-final of one domestic cup already. So it's not going to be about Liverpool not being competitive. It's not going to be about the money on offer now, because that's a very good offer. So I think people are... I'm glad they agreed with the statement, because I can't excuse it if he turns it down.